Alright, hello everyone, thank you for joining us and welcome to this video. My name is Ona and I'll be the host today. Actually, I'm going to call myself Infiltrator today because the point of this video is to show you how to basically infiltrate and take over a woodland mansion. And you can see I've done just this first start of a tunnel into it. So what I've done is I've come along here and I found myself a little entrance here. Oh, there's lots of visitors here. I found myself a little cave and I set myself up with a stove, crafting table, and a chest to store all my extra food, extra tools, and extra stacks of arrows and torches. So in the event that I get killed in here, I can respawn right here because I've set up my bed here and slept this is night number 2 now. I've slept already, so I can go in here and know that I'm going to respawn right here. And if you can do that, it's always a great idea, so you don't have to run 100 or 10,000 units to get back to this woodland mansion, because that would be unfortunate. So we are playing Minecraft for PC version 1.11.2, and I've got myself set up with a full set of iron armor, a full set of iron tools, an iron sword, a bow, a full stack of arrows almost, and 2 stacks of torches. That's pretty much the bare minimum. I've also got some stacking materials and some food, and we'll touch on those a little bit later. So first thing we want to do is pick a corner and just peek. There could be any number of mobs right here. All the normal mobs that spawn in these environments, the roof forest environment, also spawn inside the woodland mansion. So you got to be aware of that. You're going to be facing the 3 mobs that are unique to the mansion, plus all the regular mobs, including baby zombies and zombie villagers. So the first thing I want to do, first technique I'd like to basically share is isolating, controlling your environment. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to block off this whole section over here. Now I only have to worry about this wing of the woodland mansion. Now on that note, they are kind of U-shaped. They go almost all the way around, but there's a hallway that doesn't connect on the other side. So you can either work this hallway or work this hallway. And the same applies to the 2nd and 3rd floors, if there is 3 floors. Now sometimes there's only 2 floors. The second technique is to light this place up like a birthday cake. And the reason is, there are lots of dark corners like this one, light level 2. So if you're a little bit further away here, down this hallway, fighting a zombie and you realize you have to escape, if you didn't light this, something could spawn behind you. Then you're behind enemy lines essentially. So the next thing I want to mention is one of my favorite techniques, which is essentially just cutting through walls and taking peeks. You can see through basically any wall, and that'll come handy for a variety of reasons, but we'll come back to that in a second. So this is the front entrance and the first stairwell, probably one of the more challenging areas of this whole place. And I got a creeper already coming to say hello. He got an invitation to the party obviously, so we'll tell him he's not welcome. Alright, so first thing I want to do is block off the front entrance. The reason being that the Vindicators and Evokers that spawn in the rooms of this house can wander around and walk right out that front door. And it's a lot harder to deal with them in the forest. But more importantly, any things that spawn like that zombie can walk right in the front door. And now you've got basically same situation as when you didn't light properly. So go ahead and we'll put a whole bunch of torches up. I'm going to use a lot of torches. And then I don't have to worry about this hallway because I can't see anything yet. But I'm going to secure this stairwell and work the first floor first. So let's go ahead and do that. This is a little bit risky here. Probably one of the higher risk locations. That's basically secure except for spiders and maybe skeletons and maybe zombies. But over half the mobs can't get by that. So let's continue working our way down the hallway. Cutting through walls, see what we see on the other side. That room looks clear. So we know when we go around the corner, we don't have to worry about this first room right there. That's that room right there we just cut through. But the other reason to cut through walls, let's get some torches going here, is because sometimes there's entirely enclosed rooms that the only way you'd find them is by cutting through the wall. Pretty sure we're safe here. So these rooms often contain loot, and this one has an efficiency 1 axe, very useful, especially since you'll be cutting a lot of wood. So let's go ahead and work our way down the hallway. I want to show you a couple rooms. There's our first Vindicator just coming into view. That's one of the 3 mobs that spawn inside these structures. Since I know I've got this room secured, I really have to focus on this area and this hallway. So I'm just going to go ahead and block that off. And since I know he's out of range, I can kind of safely come around the corner here. Sometimes there might be a mob right up on the ledge here. So you got to really worry about all kinds of hazards in here. So that's one other piece of advice. Take your time. Light it up. Go back, regroup, get more supplies. You don't have any timetable on when you have to conquer these. There's another loot chest with some decent loot. Sometimes you're going to find these loot rooms in between floors even. So check in between floors, in the hallways, in unknown spots like this. And you might just get an advanced notice of a creeper. Whoa, don't blow up. Don't make a mess of the place. Alright, so we're going to deal with our first Vindicator here and then explore 2 of the more interesting rooms. Come around here. So I got a nice long hallway here. My preferred attack method is advance slowly. Actually, I'm going to secure this room here first, or try to secure it. See if there's any mobs hiding in here. Now, each room can spawn up to 3 mobs, up to 3 Vindicators or Evokers. We'll probably have to deal with this guy first. Don't worry about your iron armor taking damage, that's pretty much what it's for. Alright. You will use supplies, tons of torches, and maybe I can get his attention and do a through a wall attack. Actually, I'll come back to that. So I got that room sort of secured. I'm going to get his attention real soon. Before I do, top up on food. I got a hallway here, so once I approach him, he's going to see me, and I can just walk backwards and time my attacks. It's pretty straightforward, more or less the way you play in any normal situation. There's a couple other ways you can beat them though. One of them is particularly useful in this environment. This skeleton, oh, there's 3 of them. Wow. Looks like everybody got an invitation. But you just been declined. Let's see if I can snipe them. Oh, there's another Vindicator. And it's completely valid to get a Vindicator with arrows. Okay, that's 2 down. But we all know how to do that, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Demonstrating wise, anyway. We probably won't find an Evoker on this floor. Oop, he's going to see us very shortly. So, I wish I had seen him through the wall. I'm just going to use my standard technique. And actually, that's nice that he dropped us both an axe, an iron axe, and an emerald. Now, that's not a guaranteed drop. The loot level you have also determines how many emeralds you get. Let's see if I can get... Oh, there's a nice bow present for us. Where are you? Come on. Oh, you're a sneaky bugger. What'd you do? Went through the wall? Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to do a assault. Slightly risky, but we made it. So, we're really interested in these 2 rooms right here, which are very good for our needs. I'll tell you why in a second. First, I'll secure this room. Alright, this room's more or less secure. This is what's called the jailhouse. Now, if you're fortunate enough to have made a lever inside here, and you happen to be running away from one of those hostile mobs, you can open the door, get in here. I should check for mobs first, but put your lever and close the door quickly. Eventually, they will stop paying attention to you and go do whatever they were up to before you intruded. But you're going to need a lever to do that. However, hopefully it won't come to that. Let's hope I share enough information that you'll be comfortable with the environment and you won't have to resort to that. This next room is particularly useful because food is probably one of the harder things to secure before you get in here. Just make sure there's nobody hiding here. I can hear somebody. Sometimes when you hear them, they're on the 2nd floor. So there we go. This is called what I call the melon room. There's probably a real name for it. In situations like this, you're always going to be blind. There's not much you can do about it, as far as I can tell. But up here, the reward is worth it, because you got yourself pretty much an infinite supply of food. You can come back here in about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, and the melons will have regrown. So you got another nice source of food. So, Now that we've more or less shown you Vindicators to at least one way to attack them, and worked our way through half the first floor, we're going to proceed up to the second floor. Hopefully we'll encounter an Evoker. This is probably one of the trickiest spots in the house because you have a stairwell where you're basically partially blind. You always have the option of running away though. I hear somebody here, very close. Light this spot up well, both the bottom of the stairwell and the top of the stairwell, because it's a high risk area. Too many lights is never a bad thing. You can always get more torches by chopping down trees in the forest. Alright, we'll take a peek in this room here, see if we can see in. No, not really. Nice little trick here. Because that carpet takes up the lower block, I can actually reach and it'll automatically put it on the second level. So I don't have to put myself at risk by walking out in the middle of the hallway and who knows what's around the corner. I like that little trick. Alright. So we're going to isolate this room because we're really trying to find evokers at this point. There's several things I want to show you about evokers. We can always take a peek at what's in here. Nothing in that room, so we know we're secure there. And it's worth noting that no matter what you do, you're going to get caught eventually. Whether they kill you or not is another question, but you're going to get caught. It's a really difficult environment. I'd say it's at least as difficult as a nether fortress. And maybe even more difficult because most of us have experienced nether fortresses, but some of us have never seen this environment before. So don't fear. I played probably 10 games on hardcore, and as you can tell, I played 10 games, so I died at least 9 times. In survival mode, I've died at least twice and come close many more times. So this is the stairwell to the third floor. There's not always a third floor, but there is in this case. I want to work this floor a bit more, see if we can find an evoker, so I'm going to block that off completely so I don't have to think about anything coming through there. That's the most challenging area of this entire Woodland Mansion. Alright, we got our nice chicken sculpture at the end of the hall. We'll just do a couple peeks and see if we can get lucky here. There's another Vindicator, I think. Oh no, that's just furniture. Oh, it is a Vindicator. Okay. I wish I got him through the wall. I'm going to try to demonstrate that attack. You probably used it before yourself, but it's worth demonstrating just in case you haven't. So, anybody else there? Somebody's nearby, I think. Always be careful of somebody coming up behind you. Oops, daisy. Alright, somehow I threw my axe on the ground. Pickaxe. See, it's... Oh, they got me once. So we did 4 hearts damage right away. They have a very strong attack on, let's say, hardcore mode. It does, what, 19.5 damage. So you're down to half a heart, even with full set of iron armor on. So we're going to hopefully get lucky. What happened to my iron pickaxe? I tossed it somewhere. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. So we know that room's clear. So we'll get set back up here. Computer size. Oh, bugger. There's one. I'm going to try to get him through the wall, but I'm going to have to hope he doesn't come out here. Alright, so... Can't get too close or he's going to spot us. Yeah, well, maybe we're going to try to get his attention by carving our way through the wall here, and hopefully he doesn't run out into the hallway. Right over here, dude. Oh, he did. Yep. He knows better. He knows what we're up to. It's worth mentioning you can always use an axe. It's a stronger weapon. Let's see if we can find one more in there. Maybe we'll... Now, if you're at this position and they're standing there, they can hit you. But if you're in this setup, they can't hit you, even if this block doesn't exist. So this is the preferred. You can hit them and they can't hit you. And that's basically what I was going to demonstrate earlier. Looks like that room's clear. Nobody down here, so we're going to have to resort to the third floor for the... And we probably will need that anyway as an option. So we're going to go right up there. Proceed to our next main goal. Now, the Evoker has 2 types of attacks. One is called Summoning Vex, and one is both a defensive and offensive Fang attack. They're basically similar. One is used inside a certain range, one is used outside a certain range. So when you get in attack range, first they're going to go to offensive. They're going to attack you with it, but if you get very close to them, they're going to go with the defensive mode. Same attack essentially though. Now you note I chopped through the wall there to show you that behind the stairwell, there's a section back there where things can spawn. You have to worry about this blind stairwell and that section. So proceed with extreme caution up this stairwell because you can't see what's at the top of it until you get about here. Now it's often empty, but you never know. And this stairwell is equally dangerous. Hopefully there's nothing sitting at the top waiting for you, especially a creeper and a buddy. Alright, so, and you got this little lip here. If you're running backwards and fall into that, that'd be really unfortunate. So that's exactly when they can catch you. Alright, let's see if we can get a through the wall attack. Nope, nobody home there. And corners like this where there's 2 rooms and a hallway are going to be particularly tricky. You can always block off this end part and then go through this wall. In fact, let's try it. There's, oh, that's the one we want to see. Okay, good. I'm going to get a chance to demonstrate this. You just attack right through the wall. He cannot hit you at all, which is a really good thing. Let's see if we've got an evoker there. Looks like, oh, another creeper. There's 2 creepers, 3 creepers. Wow. So, say hello to my bow and arrow. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Alright. I'm going to try to isolate here. There's another Vindicator sitting up on that temple or whatever that's called. What is that called? Let's see if we... There's an Evoker right there. That's actually good. Alright. Now, there's a Vindicator close by. I'd rather deal with them one at a time. I think what I'm going to do is take advantage of this room right here. Yep. We can secure this with any luck. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So, let's get some lights going in here because we're going to be working in here a bit. Now, it's completely valid. Yeah, better secure behind us too, just in case. Okay. It's completely valid to just go right through the wall at a distance. Oh, another creeper. And just bow and arrow attack. He's easily within range. Couple tries. We got 45, more than enough arrows. And we can get him with about 3 shots, 4 shots, even with an unenchanted bow. But everyone knows how to do that, so I won't bother showing that. I might have to take care of this creeper. I will use the bow and arrow on him. That's for sure. He doesn't hide. Oh, bugger. I want to get too close to that evoker. Oh, you just summoned somebody. That is the Vex. Oh, they're gonna swarm me. Now, Vexes are those flying entities that are summoned by evokers. That's their primary attack, the first one they resort to. They can fly through walls and floors, and they come in at all different angles. So there's probably one behind me right now. But they don't attack very aggressively. So we have that going for us. And so they take about 128 seconds to despawn. And all during that time, they're getting weaker and weaker. So they might require 4 or 5 sword hits at the beginning. But after a few seconds, like now, they're already halfway gone. So they might only require 2 or 3 at this time. We're going to wait them out anyway. We're in no rush. See if we can hear them despawning. Alright. Oh, there's one still there. See if you can see them despawning. It's really dangerous having these creepers here. I really should take care of them, but I feel like I can stay a safe distance away from them. Alright. Oh, there he did summon again. Too slow. See if we can get a couple whacks at these guys. Come on and join me over here. Where are you coming from? So other than a bow attack, my 2 attacks are... Oh, I'm going to try one right now. 4, 5, 6 hits, and I got him. And I didn't manage to get hit by those Vexes. So that was quite fortunate. They'll just hide out here. They won't despawn just because you killed him. They will still be flying around for up to 128 seconds. Oh, I got him. Oh, I got him again. Oh, come back down here, you. Oh, you. Nice surprise. Nice one. All right. No. Ah, did he get you? Wow. I can't believe it. That's pretty tricky to do, so I feel pretty lucky that I got him. Go, you buggers. Come on. Stand in front of me and take your punishment. Where did that block come from? That's really interesting. Ooh, nice one. All right. And I almost... See, I didn't notice my health had dropped quite significantly. It's so dangerous here. But I always got my favorite tool in situations like this. Run and hide. I use that so regularly. He's about to despawn. Oh, not fast enough though. They're not quite as strong as the axe attack of the Vindicator, but 3 or 4 of them in the vicinity and you're more than at danger. More than in danger is what I should say. Alright. Should be more or less safe. Now I want to show you the defensive or offensive Fang. Hopefully we'll see it. It'll happen very fast. So I really hope you can pause your video or rewind a bit. Whoa, you're still around? 128 seconds is no doubt. If you just joined me over here, I'd be happy to say hello. Right down here. Yep. Oh, how about that? You want another one of those? Oh, got another one. That's the first time I ever got one, and I actually got 2. So I think I'll maybe change my name to Terminator today. All right. And I'm getting, obviously don't go through this environment, especially for the first time, this carelessly. You know, it's only a matter of time before they catch me. I'm gonna see if I can get one more Evoker isolated. Take care of these guys first. Yeah, you noticed me, didn't you? Oh, yep, nice hit. Oh, I better watch out for the creepers. Okay, we got him. One thing that's worth mentioning is that you can see that this is very doable. By no means impossible. Even with iron armor, and even on... Ooh, nice one. You got me. Almost. Oh, that was so close. Yep, being careless. I'm rushing it. I've probably done this video 10 times, so I'm sure you can relate. And killed 6 times in one environment. Tend to either really slow down or really speed up. It's a nice temple room anyway. Nice to have a quick peek. Alright, so we're looking to find one Evoker. We've killed most of the hostiles on this floor, so... Or at least... Oh, man. More you guys? You're just trying to test my patience, aren't you? And I'm not interested in you. You guys can just go ahead and walk out the front door. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? No shortage of hostiles up here. Okay. Let's see if we get any surprises over here. Should be doing this slightly further away. I don't want them to summon anything before I get in there. Looks like this room is clear. Just make sure though. It seems like corners. Well, we don't have much of an option in this case. So, we need to see that, with any luck, see that Evoker attacks. The offensive defensive Fang, so we'll just take care of these guys. We got enough arrows, luckily. We actually done pretty well on the arrow front. Yep. Thank you for joining us. And you can say bye too. Okay. Now hopefully we're down to maybe 1 or 2. Oh, there he is right there. So I'm going to do a rush attack on him. First I'll get my health refreshed. But I'm going to take my time this time. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to hopefully give him time to summon. Or sorry, to do the offensive or defensive Fang. Because I'm going to be inside a safe zone, I'm going to probably get a defensive Fang. Alright. Come on. There it is. Right there. Hopefully you caught that. That's probably the best view I've ever gotten of it. Now I definitely need to get out of here. Well, this is the end of the video anyway, because that was the primary goal of that floor. Not so much exploring, we're just sort of getting to know the hostiles in here. So I'll get myself in a safe corner so I can talk without being interrupted by those rude Dexes. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. I hope I at least passed on a couple little techniques. I'm sure a lot of these techniques some people have used before, but altogether I think it's a pretty effective way, even with basic equipment like iron armor and even on hardcore level. Oh, I did not show you the totem of undying. We're going to go back and let ourselves get hit. I'm glad I did not forget that. That was a lucky coincidence. So you guys can go ahead and do your worst. You probably won't anyway, so... Oh, there you go. Thank you. No, don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Come back. Don't die. Oh, all three of you went? Where are you? No. We need you. Alright, I guess we're going to have to get whacked by somebody. Let's see who's available. Ooh, yeah, you'll do. Come on over here. I'd rather not have to deal with you and your buddy at the same time. Oh yeah, that's it. Keep it going. That's all you got? Come on, hit me with the best shot. And boom! The Totem Undying is used up, but it basically sets up regeneration level 2 for 45 seconds or so. I don't know the exact time, but about 45 seconds. It will fully heal you and disappear. You'll have to solve your hunger on your own, but here I am, fully healed again. And that regeneration is still active. So theoretically, if I'm still in a fight, I still have a fighting chance, as it were. So I hope you found this video useful. I look forward to receiving any comments, positive or negative feedback, suggestions for future videos, or even any type of question you might have. And I'll do my best to answer them quickly. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.